Tonight, music blogger Jeremy Shatan joins Dennis Ball to talk about the mobile Fidelity scandal. Here's your host, Dennis Ball. What is up, Jeremy? Thanks for coming in, man.
Mr. Ball, how are you?
Good. We have a lot of ballers in the chat. I'm going to make sure that the chat box is on top of the, yes.
I'm going to get over to the chat myself.
Okay, so we have Captain Love Handles in the house, Paper Bag Man, Benjamin the M&M General, Chuckleballs Comedy Club, what's that? DJ BC's Ghost Cave, and Ghost Good Georgia Constitution Media, of course. Guys, welcome in. Tonight we're talking about the mobile Fidelity scandal. Is the video, did the show even begin, Jeremy? I see you looking at your phone. I see it's rolling. It looks like we're good.
We're good, yeah.
Oh, cool. We got some comments. It's just not showing up on the thing here. I can see it on my phone. Nice, yes. The Chuckleballs thing is just a way I think I'm going to just put the Chuckleball segments on there. But in any case, we're talking about mobile Fidelity. Now, for those who don't know what MoFi is, can you break it down real quick, Jeremy?
Well, Mobile Fidelity is a reissue company that was projected to be the most faithful reissues, analog masters, remasters.
Right.
And it was started in the 70s. I mean, I remember seeing, going to record stores and you'd see these Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab at the top. They would take the original record cover and they'd put it in a frame so you could tell it was something special. And they were hugely expensive. So I never bought any. But I mean, I drooled over that. There was a Beatles Mobile Fidelity box set in '78, I think it was.
Yes.
That was obviously an object of desire, but I never bought it.
Yeah,
Then what happened was when vinyl bottomed out, they actually went bankrupt.
Right.
They went out of business because they didn't have any market. So I think it was about 2016. Don't judge me on that, but I think it was 2016 when the name was bought by a new guy. And he restarted the company.
Yep.
And they've been very successful ever since with the vinyl aficionados, of which there are many these days.
And yes, and I'm gonna just state here that this is the one that I have. Kind of Blue.
You do have the kind of
I have. That's the only one I have, and I listened to today Kind of Blue on Mobile Fidelity, and I listened to Kind of Blue on a Amazon streaming services through the same speakers, right? The same speakers. The difference is staggering. I mean, it's rich, buttery. It's hard to to kind of describe the space that is in the music. When you listen to something like this record on Mobile Fidelity, and so they sound incredible. And like another one that's supposed to be fantastic ballers is Abraxas by Santana.
Yeah, if you have $2,000, maybe you can find a copy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll stick with my original 1970 copy.
I have to pick that record up, but
and I have for Miles for Kind of Blue, I have the 1977 repress.
So, but that's not that's not a Mobile Fidelity title.
Standard Columbia. I bought it probably for $3.99, brand new from J&R Music World, and it really sounds great. It sounds fantastic.
And
today I compared it to the 1997 CD, definitive edition they called it.
Right.
Which is very, very good. I found it's a little bright on the high end, which I know is something a lot of people say about digital. It's a little brighter on the high end, but it doesn't really lack in warmth. And obviously the space is very silent, which is nice. But the 77 vinyl, I have to say,
that's your favorite?
Played it to death, and it sounds great, but it's also, it's what I'm used to.
Right. It's what you're used to.
So if you came over here with your MoFi, I might have a different tune to sing.
I don't know. There's something about it that is mind blowing. Like I had a CD and a regular record of Kind of Blue for many years, and then I got this But it sounds incredible, right? And most of the MoFi, people say the MoFi releases for the most part sound great. They have had some missteps with some of the Beatles releases. Not, they'll just do a MoFi from the stereo masters from Capitol or something ridiculous, which are the worst possible mixes to use as the basis for your MoFi. Like they should be using, the British mono mixes, in my opinion. But in any case,
well, unless they're doing stereo pressings.
But one of the things, ballers, that the reason that there's a scandal is not because the records don't sound good, they do, or that they're expensive, people are willing to pay it. But it's because they bragged that there was no digital component to their production process. So they, recently there was an article in the Washington Post. There's a guy named Mike Esposito who has a shop called the In Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. And I am a fan of Mike's program. I watch it on YouTube. I'm going to turn some music on for us to have background music. And he broke this. It's so funny. I didn't realize it would be a big deal, but I watch his show on YouTube, and he was like, this is a thing. People are telling me there is a digital component, right? And he's saying, listen, the records sound good. I'm not saying they don't sound good. But these guys are literally telling us it's not happening, like explicitly. And then for that to be happening, it's going to like upset the audiophile world, because if you're not really, hip to that scene, there's people who are very, very touchy about there not being any digital component. And they would be like, they would sort of be made to look foolish because these recordings that they said sounded great because there was no digital component. There really is a digital component. So here, I'm going to show you guys a slide. This is like part of the old insert that they would put in the records, right?
That's right.
And you see it just says analog master recording to occur to convert to vinyl. Boom. Right. That's a 3-step. That's the 1-step process. No digital step. You see it just goes from the source material into the process of making the discs, right? But actually there is this is the new post-scandal insert, which is showing that there is this DSD digital process, which basically is that the guys from MoFi usually go to the place where they have the master tape. They'll fly there with their computer equipment. Hit that like button. I hope I'm not being too pedantic, but this is what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
So they go there with their equipment, and they record onto their computer the master, and they have a computer that's specially designed for it, and
I'm sure they have proprietary software.
To
capture every detail.
Right, and it does an incredible job, right? And then they'll make a couple copies from that digital, and then they'll use that to master with, which to me makes perfect sense. But people are angry about the fact that they didn't say. What are your thoughts on that, Jeremy?
Well, I will admit, and this may be because I can never afford a MoFi, that I've always held myself a little bit distant from them. I've always been slightly skeptical. Now, you say that sounds great, and I'm sure it does. But I also think that there's got to be a component of this. Maybe it's only 25%. Maybe it's only 12.5%. But there's definitely a component of this that is marketing.
Of course, it is. Absolutely.
One example I'll give you is Freakonomics. You ever listen to that show?
Yes. I read the book. I haven't listened to the show, but I read the book. Yeah.
Yeah, so Stephen Dubner did a thing, I think it was with the Harvard Wine Club, where he took over the wine selection for a night. And these are very knowledgeable wine people. This is all they do is they drink the wine, they swirl it, they sniff it. So one thing he did is he had 4 wines. One of them was very cheap, and 2 of them were the same wine. And I was really angry when he told them about that, because they're talking about them as if they're 2 different wines. They're tasting different things in each one because of the expectation that they're different.
Yeah, yes.
See what I'm saying?
Yep, and the same thing with MoFi, right? They're telling them that it's all
if everybody's
analog.
telling you this is the best, it's the
Right.
pinnacle of achievement. When you put it on, you're gonna be listening in a different way.
Ballers, we
You
have
can tune your ears.
What?
It's think about the fact. I'm sorry to talk over you, but think
No,
about the
no,
fact
go.
that when you get a record, I remember buying a copy of The Real Thing by Little Richard.
Yeah.
It's not an easy record to find, at least it wasn't back then on vinyl. This was one of his 70s comeback albums. Fantastic record. The copy I got was so crackly, but I realized that about 2 minutes in, I was listening through the crackle instead of to the crackle. So you can tune your ears to listen to the music in a way. So I think when the MoFi people are telling you one thing and experts are telling you one thing, you're going to tune your ears and listen in a different way. So it's almost as if someone should do a test where they put my 77, although it's got a little bit of crackle to it, but not a lot. And so I think there's part of it is that you're expecting it to sound good, so it's gonna sound good. And another great example of
when you come to Atlanta, you're gonna come up here, and we're gonna sit down with a frosty beverage, and I'm gonna put on.
I can't wait.
And you are gonna, yes, and you are gonna tell me whether you believe. Dude, I'm gonna just say that I was in the same boat, and then when I got this, it's 245s, like 12 inches. I was blown away at how quiet the vinyl is, but then how like rich and three-dimensional the sound is. It's weird. It's hard to explain it, guys. It really is real.
Well, I'd love to have weigh in on this is my friend Fred Heff, who works for the Canadian reissue label Return to Analog.
Yeah.
And their stuff is phenomenal. In fact, they have a Miles Davis. They get a lot of live stuff from like Canadian broadcasting.
Yep.
And
was that recent Record Store Day release? What's up?
No, this is live. Miles Davis Live 1960.
Oh, nice.
Recorded in Paris, actually. And the sound on this is so incredible. And it's like you're in the room. And these are all 1,000 copies only.
Yeah, that's
double albums, so the grooves are nice and wide. And the quietness is just what you're talking about. So it's obviously possible. I was blown away by this live recording.
Yes.
70 years old.
And that's what's
60 years old.
And that's what Kind of Blue feels like, because it feels like it's alive and you're in the room.
Yeah.
But of course, over time these tapes are going to degrade, and so like they can't just run them forever. Every time they want to make a new pressing of a record, they can't keep running the tape. They have to capture it digitally. Yeah.
And that was one of the things that tipped him off, because they announced the one step of Thriller.
Yep. Yes.
And instead of doing 2,500 copies, they were going to do 40,000.
And people were like, "How on earth are they?"
And he's thinking
they're not going to let them run that master tape that many times.
Yeah, I mean that's our cultural heritage, going to the machine 20 times or whatever it would have to be to get 40,000.
Yeah, multiple times at least instead of once.
Right. So.
That's not. I know it's nuts, and I mean, to me, it makes perfect sense. It's just that they paint. It's like the marketing guys. I don't blame the mastering guys.
Yeah,
they're doing the right thing, and then they revealed that they'd been doing this back. Mike, like Esposito, revealed this on his channel. I'm gonna put a link in the description to his channel, the In Groove, and then they invited him to come shoot a video and interview them, and they just kind of said they bring a computer, and I'm watching this and I'm going, am I missing something? They're telling him they're recording it to a hard drive and then flying it back to wherever they work. What the blazes? That's not direct from the master tape. Nope. That's what's up, ballers. Yo, YOAH4. What's up, man? Welcome in. Ballers, I'm sorry we're ignoring you. I'm caught up in this conversation. And we're not going to talk about...
Didn't the president of Mobile Fidelity he wasn't there.
Yeah, yes.
He came in just as Esposito was leaving.
Yeah, exactly. This is all in the Washington Post article, which I'll also link in the
fascinating stuff.
It really is. And then of course Michael Fremer, who's this audiophile guy who swears by everything should be just all analog and he can tell and he knows and blah blah blah, was made to look kind of like, I don't know, maybe he didn't always know what he was talking about, because some of the records he said were fantastic because they were 100% analog, actually did have a digital step.
That's right.
Like that Santana record, for example, Abraxas, which is one of the grails, the ballers, MoFi of Santana Abraxas. But
also, I think people have to understand that the records they're using are some of the best records ever made in the history of phonography, if you will.
Right.
They're produced by the best. They have the best musicians. They have great songs. You're getting a clean new copy, not the one from the dollar bin. So it's gonna sound great, even with the digital step.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
It's
and
really,
they take great care. They take great pains to do every step perfectly. It's not like they're hacks. It doesn't matter. They do their digital step just as well as they do everything. They got Bernie Grundman up in there mastering these.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
He's the best. So in any case, ballers, like my ultimate question on the MoFi, scandal for all of you and for Jeremy, is like, what the hell? Like, did they lie to us? Is this cool? Like, how do you react to that? I personally, I still like MoFi. I was on the website today fantasizing about whether or not I would, eventually buy one of these records, I want to get the Bob Dylan New Morning one.
I don't even love that record. So
oh, my God. It's fantastic. I thought you would be into that. Jeremy's going to, you guys, become a regular guest on, and we're going to talk about different stuff. I want to talk to you about Nina Simone and the Beatles covers. Would you be into that? Her Beatles covers? Do you know what I'm talking about? That's a very specific... She changed the lyrics.
She does Isn't It a Pity? I know that one.
Right. And she also did Revolution, and she changed the words. Because she disagreed with John Lennon's take on different things, so she took it and changed it. And she did the same thing with Isn't It a Pity? She made it more political, which that's sort of the gist of what I want to talk. I'm interested to find out about. I haven't found any real writing about it, so we have a chance to do some real scholarship here, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Fruit by the foot. I hate feet. What the blazes is going on in the chat? I guess. So in any case, I'll still buy them. There are some people who are angry at them. They have some PR stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's truth in advertising. They should just be perfectly clear about what they're doing. I think they missed an opportunity in a sense because, like I was talking about, they must have proprietary software. They could talk about that to the limits of their legal abilities and really build some mystery and some craftsmanship around what they're doing there.
Well, it's funny. They did.
It's not 1985 with the first CDs that sounded terrible.
If you watched, did you watch the interview with Esposito and the guys?
I didn't get to see
It's pretty long. It's like an hour plus, right?
I watched the Esposito.
But if you watch it, sorry to keep interrupting you. They actually do try to. They do that. They tell. They're totally honest, and they tell them. But the thing is, it's not the marketing team's not.
But they should have been doing that.
They didn't package it. They didn't tell the story. It was like the guys just kind of slipped it out like it was something they were embarrassed about instead of making it something amazing. Okay, so
I think Mike is absolutely right that there should be some marking on the record itself. Like, you remember when CDs first came out, they would be ADD or DDD. Is it analog to digital remaster? So you have some idea of what to expect and understand in how they made this reissue.
All right, speaking of reissues, you talk about all kinds of cool records and stuff on your Earful blog, which everybody should check out at Earful. anearful.blogspot.com. And also, if you're in Atlanta, you should come to next weekend. Come to this event and hang out with me, Dennis Ball, and we can talk to and tell dad jokes. Hopefully, to Slick Rick, Cool G Rap, Houdini, Diamond D, Chub Rock. You know,
Do you
speech.
think, will Houdini
I think
be wearing the hat? He had the best hat.
I don't know. I think Houdini is
black
two
hat with
guys.
the
I
wide
have to
brim.
do research. I have a Houdini record. I think it's two guys, isn't it?
I think so, but there was one guy who wore this hat.
The main guy.
Fabulous.
He had a great hat. And then I think Speech was going to be there too. So come out to that, guys. All right, let's go. Are you ready to go to Chuckle Balls?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Ballers, you can park in the back per usual, as I know parking can be difficult in Ball City. All right.
A martini. Yeah, 2 martinis.
Yes,
and,
that's right. I got drinks for everybody. Hold on a second. I gotta scroll down to this part, Jeremy.
bowl of stale
Drinks
nuts.
are on me. I ordered you guys all your favorite drink. It is in your fridge, so grab it and grab a seat down here so you can react to these hilarious dad jokes. All right, and Super Ball, let them in, guys. Super Ball is the bouncer. Get it, Jeremy?
I'm glad he let me in. I was a little worried there.
Yeah, he's tough. Georgia Constitution Media has the
carded me. It
beer.
was amazing. He carded me. I said the picture on my driver's license is old enough to drink.
That's good. I like that one. All right, I have some jokes, speaking of which. Dude, H4, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you're going to the CD shop tomorrow. Are you getting something specific, or are you just going to go look? Because I kind of like doing both of those things, but if I can't find it, I'm kind of usually cool with finding something else. All right, ballers, here's some good jokes for you guys. Thank you for being patient with us as we... I had outpatient surgery today, Jeremy. I get in there and they serve me a pina colada. I was like, what's this? They said it's a tropical anesthetic. You like that one? I wrote that one today. You like that?
It's amazing what one letter can do.
I know, exactly. All right, ballers. Make sure you tell me if that's a ding or a no ding. Okay. I have a couple of these ones. I wrote 16 Stevie Nicks jokes. Georgia Constitution Media. I'm on the edge of 17. I'm on the edge of 17. No ding.
I'll give you a ding only because that is her best song, the only one I care to listen
It is. I wrote a Britney. What? That's the. Wait, hold on. Wrong button. Hold on. That's the only Stevie Nicks song you like?
Yep.
You don't like, Golden Braid or, I'm not even going to go through them because I'm kind of, Mrs. Ball loves Stevie Nicks, so I listen to it all the time. We're going to see Stevie in like a couple months.
I do not go that way. But Edge of 17 is a terrific song.
It is. I wrote a Britney joke, Captain Love Handles, but it was toxic. Leave Britney alone.
You speared that one.
Exactly. Yeah. I wrote a B-52s joke, but it bombed, Jeremy. Boom, boom. Paper Bag Man. I wrote a Black Sabbath.
That was a slow roller, dude.
Paper Bag Man likes Black Sabbath. Paper Bag Man, I wrote a Black Sabbath joke, but it made me paranoid. It's not that good, but still kind of fun. Bombed.
I think. Oh, you got a bomb?
I don't know. I don't know if he's quoting or he liked it. All right, hold on. I got more of those. I like these. I had a Prince joke. Nothing compared to it. I like these band jokes. I kind of had a run of them.
Like Sinead.
Jeremy, do you have any recommendations for music I could listen to while I'm fishing? I'm looking for something catchy.
Rod Stewart.
Catchy? Rod Stewart, yes! That is fantastic. Thank you. Rod Stewart, everybody. And also Fish. Something catchy was the punchline, everybody, in case you missed it. All right, hold on. Did I miss any jokes there? Because there were some pretty good ones. Nope, I think I got them all. Ballers, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. And with that said, this is a message from our sponsor. Oh, hold on. Is it not playing?
Surreptitious.
Second.
Thoughtfuls with Dennis Ball. Rain sucks. A flower is like a herald of the morning. It announces the day, yet it doesn't yell like a person, so it doesn't wake everyone up, so it's much cooler. Lawns are like nature's unwanted haircut. Pass through the woods, something like life. You go where others have tread before, and it makes your way easier. And other people leave popsicle wrappers on the ground and mess everything up for everyone. Listen to the sound of the birds. Except not that one. Ignore that one. Thoughtfuls with Dennis Ball.
Oh, that was one that hasn't come out for a while. Hold on, I got to adjust your zoom. Don't move, Jeremy. I got you covered. I'll fix you. What'd you think of that? Did you like that?
That was cool. Reminded me a little Deep Thoughts.
It was very Deep Thoughts. It was a Jack Handy.
Yeah.
It was like
Jack Handy.
It was like a handball. All right. This is Cool or
Nice
Drool, as everyone knows, where we react to memes. And I have some memes. I used up all the Miles Davis memes last time, but I have some.
Oh, yeah. That was a lot of Miles Davis memes.
That was good, though. I liked those Miles Davis memes. I highly recommend that you go back and check that episode if you missed it, because the Miles Davis meme segment was golden. All right, ballers. You like that video? Thank you, Captain Love Handles. I appreciate that, man. I really do. All right, let's look at some memes. This isn't really a meme, but I don't know why. Music for Baby. I thought it was a good topic for discussion. Do put headphones on your belly bump. Don't put your belly bump up to a big speaker monitor. And then people started in the comments talking about whether you were subjecting your baby to mono or stereo. You know, like the mix. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. Is that unsafe, do you think, to just have your kid? I guess you don't want to go up to you don't want to go to like a concert and get in front of the wall of sound, you know?
I mean, they're protected in there somewhat.
Right, I would think
go,
so.
You wouldn't go right up to Johnny Ramone's amplifier.
Right, like she's doing. Like she's literally shoving the baby bump into... All right. Mono Drool. George Constitution Media. Baby. All right, hold on. These are audiophile. The best audio plugins are the ones you actually plug in. I thought that was a little bit snooty, but I liked it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I think it fits with our snooty discussion.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I forgot I got audiophile memes. So some of them are sort of... The Darth Vader, I find your lack of bass disturbing. That's pretty good, right? It's funny. It's cute. Thank you. I got a yes from you on that one. We got
Cool.
We're getting cools. We got a couple of drools. Mono drool. We're getting some drools, so we're getting drools. People don't like them. We got a couple of... Paper Bag Man gave me a yes. Awesome. Drool is bad, just so you guys know. Hold on a second. Alright, Darth Vader we just did. Audiophiles be like, yeah, bro, hold up. Let me molest this song real quick. It just that picture with the caption. It actually did make me laugh. I give it a
True
cool.
audiophile sits between the speakers to get this full stereo set.
Yeah, it's true. And is at head level, yada yada yada. They're on non-vibrational stands. Blah 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 blah. But yes, you're right. Tag someone who installs car audio like this. Have you ever known anybody who put in a car stereo like that?
I've seen a few driving down the street like that, yeah.
I knew a guy in college who had that kind of thing. Like, he just had like a giant speaker kind of hooked up to stuff, and it was like all just floating around in the trunk.
I saw a guy the other day, the speakers were in the back seat. I'm thinking that's not really how it's supposed to work.
Where did you see that? Was that in New York City?
Yeah, driving down Broadway.
Yeah, man. You're right in the middle of... I feel jealous of you. You're right in the middle of all the action in New York.
At the northern tip of Manhattan.
What's the coolest thing you saw in New York this week?
This week?
Yeah, in
the big city. I did go to the office one day this week, so I was down on 42nd Street.
Yeah, did you see the Rockettes dance by?
I saw Grand Central. You know, I love Grand Central, even though I wish there were fewer people running around in there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But it is so gorgeous. I appreciate it every time I walk through there.
And it's a historic place. You just think about everything that happened in there. It's kind of mind-blowing.
I work in the Saucony Mobile building, which is just across the street from the Chrysler building. So both those buildings are fantastic, and I take pictures of them all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Those are the pictures that feature in your posts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Audiophile MFs when the birds aren't chirping at 192 kilohertz 24-bit. It sounds muddy, quite lacking, and poorly mixed. I thought that was pretty funny. I give that a yes. Can you like that one? Yeah. It's like Hank from Breaking Bad, right in the one of the final scenes. I'm not gonna spoil it. All right, let's keep going, ballers. It's okay, ma'am. I'm an audiophile from the internet. The best thing about this, Jeremy, was that I realized after I grabbed it that we both kind of look like this guy. Like, he's not that far cry. We both wear glasses and have big headphones on, and I'm not going bald, but still. But he's the
no comment.
No comment. All right. We do look better than that. All right. Audiophile neighbor pounds ceiling to demand you adjust mid-range. That's pretty good.
I like.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Paper Bag Man. I appreciate that.
That's very funny.
I know. I appreciate Mr. Paper Bag Man's giving me laughs on all of them. He's a good dude.
Mid-range is crucial, by the way. I agree with that.
Not sure if it was an amazing drop or my car speakers are blown. There were a bunch of car speaker ones, but I only grabbed a couple of them. That was pretty good. I'm thinking that's a yes from you because you're laughing.
I like that, yes.
Oh my gosh, is that the last one? Really? Oh. Well, guys, I guess that's the end of the program. Jeremy, thanks so much for being on, man. Let's go back to the major. Thanks for being on the show. I appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure. I did just want to mention one thing.
Yeah.
That I have these Beatles Mono Masters records back here.
Yeah.
Because these are 100% analog. And I just did a bunch of research on it before I got on the show. They have never been debunked. They will never be debunked. They are the best sounding Beatles records.
Oh, man.
Over here.
Can you send me some of those?
The only thing that's
I need that. That's that mono box set. That's the mono box set.
They're all out of print.
Yeah.
And probably for the reason we were talking about running the tape. I don't know how many of them they pressed. I don't know exactly what they did in that regard, but they sound so good. I wish I just bought them all as soon as they came out or bought the box. I just couldn't afford it. So I was buying them in drips and drabs, and then next thing I know, they're impossible to find. Believe it or not, it is cheaper to buy an original Sergeant Pepper's in mono.
Yep. Than it is
on
to
the
buy
fixed
that.
side Than it is to buy a mono Masters from 2014.
Man, and when those came out, I was not clued into the fact that the mono mixes were the superior Beatle mixes. I didn't know. I was like, oh, I want stereo, of course.
Real
That's what
deal.
they are. And
It's
so I was buying them. But I was buying the wrong ones, Jeremy. I didn't buy the mono ones, and now I'm kicking myself. And you know what happens when you kick your own ball? You fly right through the window.
Oh, I thought you'd start talking in a very high voice, but
That too.
maybe I misunderstood.
All right, ballers. I'm just going to one more time remind you to go check out the Earful blog. There's always cool stuff on. You talk about a bunch of bands every week.
Yeah, I just published a new post.
Yeah, about bands that push the envelope.
Pushing the envelope. Everything from computer music to chamber folk, all in one handy post.
Yep, and that's the Earful blog. And yeah, if you're in Atlanta, come hang out with me and Slick Rick next weekend. For real, and you'll be on the show. If you do, and I'll put you on this program. I'll tell you a joke and put you on the show. All right, everybody, have a great night.
Cheers.
And a one, and a two.
1, 2, 3. Tennis ball, tennis ball. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke.
Yeah, it was fun.
Don't seem so bad. Your multi-personality is worth more than your pedigree. You're rolling with the punches like a jack. With all your skill, you're sure and you like the room when you walk in.
That's just a laugh.